In the vast landscape of global geopolitics, one nation is making moves that could alter the course of history. China, under the leadership of Xi Jinping, is secretly amassing vast stockpiles of essential commodities. But why? Is it merely a precautionary measure, or is China gearing up for something far more significant? Let's unravel the mysteries behind China's secret stockpiles and what it means for the world. Over the past 2 decades, China has consumed vast amounts of raw material to fuel its growing economy and population. Despite recent economic struggles, China's appetite for these resources has not waned. In fact, it has intensified. In 2023, China's imports of many basic resources broke records, surging 16% in volume terms, and they continue to rise in 2024. This surge does not reflect a booming economy, but rather an accelerated strategy of stockpiling. If you find this content insightful, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. It really helps us reach more readers interested in these critical topics. Policymakers in Beijing seem to be worried about new geopolitical threats. The possibility of a hawkish American president imposing stricter measures looms large, prompting Beijing to fortify itself against potential embargoes and supply chain disruptions. This aggressive stockpiling is about more than just economic stability, it's about preparing for a potential conflict scenario. China depends heavily on foreign resources. Although it's the world's largest refining center for many metals, it imports much of the raw material required. For instance, it imports 70% of the bauxite it uses and 97% of cobalt. Similarly, while China has substantial coal deposits, it imports 40% of its natural gas and 70% of its crude oil. The country's dependence is most acute for food, importing 85% of the 125 million tons of soybeans it uses annually. Aware of this vulnerability, China started building strategic stockpiles of grain and defense-related minerals at the end of the Cold War. These stockpiles were later expanded to include petroleum and industrial metals during its economic boom. Recent events have further intensified this effort, including the trade war with the US, COVID-19 disruptions, and the war in Ukraine. China is now scaling up its storage infrastructure significantly. Since 2020, China's crude storage capacity has increased from 1.7 billion to 2 billion barrels. Underground gas storage capacity has also grown, with targets to reach 55 billion cubic meters by next year and 85 by 2030. On the agricultural front, China's wheat and maize stocks are projected to represent significant portions of global demand, ensuring it can sustain its population even if international markets are disrupted. Similarly, stocks of soybeans have doubled since 2018, projected to hit 42 million tons by the end of the season. We want to hear from you. What do you think is the driving force behind China's massive stockpiling? Is it a defensive strategy, or does it hint at something more? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and join the conversation. China's stockpiling activities are influencing global commodity prices and could fuel inflation. More alarmingly, these reserves could enable China to withstand prolonged economic and military conflicts, raising the stakes in global geopolitics. When you juxtapose China's military buildup with its commodity stockpiling, the potential for significant conflict becomes clear. China's actions also raise questions about its long-term intentions. Is this merely a defensive measure, or does it signal ambitions for greater global dominance? The construction of new storage facilities and the secrecy surrounding their locations indicate a level of preparation that goes beyond mere precaution. By consolidating control over essential resources, China can exert significant influence over global markets and political dynamics. Furthermore, China's approach contrasts sharply with that of other major powers. In the United States, strategic reserves are state-controlled and transparent. In China, however, private companies also play a significant role, with the state having access to these reserves in times of crisis. This dual system not only increases the overall capacity but also provides the government with a flexible and expansive resource base. This model of public-private collaboration in strategic stockpiling could become a blueprint for other nations looking to enhance their economic security. The rapid expansion of China's commodity stockpiles is a clear sign of the nation's strategic priorities. It reflects the recognition of the vulnerabilities inherent in its current economic model and a determination to mitigate these risks. But it also raises the stakes in the global geopolitical arena. As China builds its reserves, other nations may feel compelled to do the same, leading to a new era of resource competition and economic nationalism. If you found this analysis insightful, please like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into global issues. Your support helps us continue to bring you the content that matters. By addressing these stockpiling activities, global powers need to consider their responses carefully. China's actions suggest a preparation for a future where resource independence and strategic reserves play a critical role in national security and geopolitical leverage. This evolving landscape could redefine international relations and economic policies in the coming years. One must also consider the broader implications of China's stockpiling strategy on international alliances and partnerships. As China continues to secure its resources, countries that are major suppliers of these commodities might find themselves in a complex position. They could be pressured to choose sides in an escalating global power struggle, affecting trade dynamics and political relationships. Moreover, China's aggressive stockpiling could inspire other nations to follow suit, leading to a competitive scramble for resources. This scenario could exacerbate existing tensions and create new conflicts over resource-rich regions, potentially destabilizing global markets and economies. In the context of environmental sustainability, China's stockpiling raises questions about the long-term impact on global resource extraction and consumption patterns. Increased demand for commodities could lead to intensified exploitation of natural resources with significant environmental consequences. This aspect of China's strategy is likely to draw attention from environmental groups and policymakers concerned with sustainable development. As we look to the future, it's clear that China's secret stockpiles are more than just a precautionary measure. They are a strategic maneuver with far-reaching implications for global geopolitics, economics, and the environment. Understanding the full scope of China's intentions and preparing for the potential outcomes will be crucial for nations around the world. If you found this video informative and thought-provoking, please like and share it with your network. And don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth analysis and updates on global developments. Stay safe. Thanks for watching.